So right now, he's probably gonna honk. Told you!
Welcome to Moldova!
The Welcome to Moldova channel was created to reveal to the world the real reasons holding our country back from development. We're standing in the very heart of the capital, Chisinau, outside the parliament of the Republic of Moldova, with the presidential office located just across the road. Today, we're going to show you how inconsiderate Moldovan drivers have taken over a pedestrian area and turned into a car park. The city authorities are ignoring this obvious problem, while members of the parliament pretend that nothing is happening. A bit of background. Under the Moldovan law, parking on pavements is prohibited. Clause 44 of the Highway Code forbids driving onto pavements. You might think, well, that is obvious. Believe me, in Moldova, the pedestrians are forced to fight the right to move safely along the pavement. Standing next to me is Sasha, who leads our public campaigns, and together we are about to reclaim the pavement from inconsiderate drivers.
You drove onto the pavement, and parking on the sidewalks prohibited.
But this car is parked here too?
Yes, this car is parked on the pavement, and if there's no phone number on the windshield, the driver will be fined. Don't park here because we'll call the police. Look at how you've become.
I'd like to point out that this historic building has been under restoration for around 10 years, and these barriers have been installed around it. These barriers also reduce the width of the pavement. And that's not all. Take a look. The city authorities themselves have created an access point allowing the cars to drive onto the pavement. In other words, everything seems to work against pedestrians, and we intend to fight for the right to move safely along the pavement.
Welcome to Moldova!
Now I'm going to find the drivers and ask them to move their vehicles off the pavement. If that doesn't work, we'll call the police. So it seems to me that only 3 drivers have left their phone numbers, and there's one driver waiting in the car, so let's talk to her first. Bună ziua. Good afternoon. This is a pavement and parking on the pavement is prohibited. Please move your vehicle off the pavement as we've called the police and you may be issued with a fine.
Yes, I'm moving off the pavement.
As you can tell, once a spot becomes available, and by spot I mean empty pavement, a car is ready to take its place. But it so happens that when people see cameras, they tend to run away from the cameras. It's like garlic for vampires.
The person you're trying to call is currently unavailable.
Okay. 605.
605.
Hello, bună ziua.
Hello, your Volvo is parked on the pavement. As a pedestrian, I'm not happy about that, so I've called the police. Please move the car off the pavement before you arrive.
Yes, thank you.
The Volvo driver said he'd come and move the car. No answer.
I guess there's no response. So it might seem to you that this architectural choice is a questionable one. However, it's been in place for nearly 10 years, even more I think. I remember when I was going to primary school and it was still here. So this building hasn't made any progress to its restoration whatsoever since then. And I have no idea why they still haven't taken these away.
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon. You called me.
Yes, I did. Your car's parked on the pavement. I've called the police. If you arrive here within 10 minutes, you might be able to move the car before they get here.
Yes, thank you.
You see, I'm not really a big fan of what Sasha's doing here because I feel like when you're calling them, it helps them evade getting fined. And I don't want that. I want people to learn from their mistakes and not make their mistakes again. So, if Sasha wants to call them, that's on him.
Good afternoon, my name is Sasha. I'm a pedestrian, and I'm unhappy that your car is parked on the pavement. I've called the police. If you arrive within 10 minutes, you may be able to remove the car before they get here.
Yes, thank you for calling. I'll be there shortly.
That's a very good response. Let's carry on.
I always watch your videos, but today I ended up being in one myself.
Please don't do this again in the future.
Yes, of course. I won't park on the pavement again. I was running late for an important meeting today, so I decided to leave my car here on the pavement.
So now we're going to call the police so that the police comes and actually finds the people that are parked on the pavement wrongly. 112. Hello, do you speak English?
Yes.
Okay, there's a lot of cars parked on the pavement and it's impossible to walk. Could you send a police car here?
Okay, I got it. And how many cars are there?
Around 10 to 15, I think.
Okay, and your name, please?
Dani.
Okay, I will send the police. Thank you very much.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day.
Thank you too, bye. Okay, so the police has been solicited and now we just have to wait. We're gonna wait for quite a long time because right now there's a political delegation in the parliament. So what usually happens is when someone important comes, the whole police is busy with the important people and they don't take matters of the citizens as seriously as they should. So let's see how much time we have to wait. And in the meantime, we're gonna keep calling the drivers and ask them to take their cars away. So right now, he's probably gonna honk. Told you, domnul, bună ziua.
Why?
Hello, do you know that this is a pavement?
Yes.
Why are you driving onto the pavement?
What's the problem? I can see you.
You're running over pedestrians.
And why are you honking at pedestrians on the pavement?
I'm a doctor. I'm a university professor. You're treating me unfairly.
Is it nice that you honk at pedestrians on the pavement?
Well, you're standing in front of the car.
Well, yeah, I'm a pedestrian and standing on the pavement. I'm not standing on the road.
The sidewalk's further along.
How do you determine where the pavement is and where the parking spot is?
Miss, don't make a scene. It's unpleasant. And don't film me either. I'm a well-mannered person.
What kind of upbringing are you talking about if you honk at a girl on a pavement?
I wanted her to step aside.
This is a pavement.
Don't film me.
I will film because you're filming me with your dash cam.
I'm not filming you. You're not in the frame.
Please move off the pavement.
I'm leaving, but you're creating an artificial conflict. If you're in my place, where would you park?
Do you think I don't have a car? I park lower down. I found a legal parking space and didn't drive on the pavement. And I didn't honk at pedestrians.
Okay, you found a place today. But what if you didn't find a legal place? What would you have done?
Believe me, I always find a legal place. Within 100, 200 meters, I find a legal spot and don't drive on the pavement.
Okay, I'm leaving, but the traffic rules allow honking when there's an obstacle.
Yes, it allows honking when there's an obstacle, but not to pedestrians on the pavement. You should know that Rule 44 of the traffic rules, they prohibit parking on the pavement. Please, pull out of here. I'll help you. Come on, come on. I don't understand why they made the Congress here.
So you can just see how destroyed this pavement is. You might wonder, why is nobody fixing it? Because nobody cares. Nobody honestly cares. You know why? Because there's going to be another car tomorrow in 2 hours anyway. There's going to be another car parked here that's going to slowly destroy the new pavement, and repairing it will happen to be a financial mistake by the city. Or at least I think that's what they think. And yet again, all of this is happening right by the Parliament building, not even 100 meters away from the Parliament entrance.
Good afternoon. Please don't park on the pavement.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Good afternoon. You're leaving, right?
Yes, I'm leaving.
Please don't park on the pavement.
Sorry, my phone was ringing, and that's why I stopped on the pavement.
Please leave, otherwise we'll call the police.
Okay.
You could have also noticed that Chisinau is quite of a green city. So we have trees there, we have young trees there, but here we don't have any trees. Do you know why? Because look at the tire marks. Cars are constantly parking here and damaging the newly planted trees. So it's impossible to literally plant a tree here because it's going to be destroyed within hours. If it's not by cars pushing it, it's going to be by cars literally destroying the soil it's growing on. And I can honestly not imagine this happening in a city of, I don't know, in a city in Switzerland or in a city in Sweden or anywhere in the EU of that matter. Because this would be just downright illegal. You don't get fined for it. Here, the fee for parking is 225 lei, which is about 10, 11 euros, depends, for parking on a pavement, that is. So if you park for the whole day, for 8 hours, the cost of parking, it's literally measured in cents. And if you happen to do this every day and not getting caught, just imagine to get a monthly subscription for pavement parking for only 10 euros. And nobody will do anything because nobody cares. The police doesn't care, the city authorities don't care, and most of the pedestrians quite honestly got used to it, so they don't care as well. Honking again. Bună ziua! Daiți trotuar, unde mergeți? And just look at how little space he left here. So 2 people max, that's it. A disabled person will probably not be able to just pass freely there. And it's not just this segment of road, it's every single pavement in Chisinau. And look, just when I was going back, another car. Do you think she knows? As I said, like garlic to vampires. And the absurd thing is that they all know that they're not supposed to be parked there. They all do. And they still keep doing this because the fine is just 10 euros. Okay, so we're just gonna move this scooter so that nobody enters the pavement from this side. Someone's gonna be really frustrated when they see a parking spot and they'll be unable to park there. Sometimes people even go to the extent of leaving their car in the middle of the road, taking the scooter, putting it somewhere else, entering with their car, and that's it.
Good afternoon. This is a pavement. Where are you going? This is not a parking lot.
Why?
Because it's a pavement and there's no parking here.
Why did you put that scooter away?
I need to stop by.
But it's a pavement. Why did you drive here?
Got it. Agreed.
As you can see, it was just a matter of minutes where our trusty old scooter was moved. Matter of minutes. It's literally been like 3 minutes since we put it there. Also, look at how damaged this tree guard is. You wonder why? It's not only because of the roots that are a problem in and out of itself, but it's also a matter of cars that sometimes they park straight here and when exiting they're damaging the tree guard itself. Also, I've noticed that besides one tree missing, there's also a second tree missing right here. So we're left without 2 trees because cars have to park somewhere.
Good afternoon. This is a pavement, not a road. You're not allowed to drive a car on the pavement. Please move away.
Good afternoon. This is a pavement, not a parking lot. Driving on the pavement is prohibited.
There's a pavement further on from here.
How do you determine where there's a pavement and there's a road?
And why are you filming?
I'm filming for my own safety, in case you pull out a gun or a knife.
You have no right.
The law doesn't prohibit me from filming in public place.
Don't you have anything else to do?
I'm a pedestrian, and I'm outraged that cars are driving on the pavement. Article 44 of the traffic restrictions strictly prohibits driving on the pavement. This car, it's my property. You have no right to take it. What section of the law says you have the right to rent your car?
The car is my property, and I didn't break anything.
You're in violation of Rule 44.
I didn't mean to park here. I wanted to turn around.
You have no right to turn around on the pavement.
Look, all these cars are parked on the pavement.
We're talking to you now. You can't drive on the sidewalk. Don't get nervous and please back up slowly.
You should get checked by a psychiatrist. Where did you see a pavement around here?
Here, from the curb to the building's facade, this is a pavement.
You're standing in the road.
I'm not standing in the road, I'm standing on the pavement. Look at how many people are passing here. Please move away.
You scoundrel.
Look at her. What is she doing?
I don't know. We'll see now. Good afternoon. This is a pavement. You have no right to drive here.
Good afternoon. I thought there was a parking spot here.
No. There's a pavement here.
So it's been an hour and 10 minutes since we've called 112. The police have arrived. Now they're calling everyone. So the procedure is as follows. If someone is not responding to their phone, the car will be evacuated after 15-ish minutes of the police being here. If they can find the driver, they have a limited amount of time to come get their car, get their license and registration, give it to the police officers, and then get their fines. So, and for now, they're just calling everyone to see who's around. So the first driver has been found. Now they're going to check her license and registration and then give her a fine. So the fines, they no longer have to write them. They have a tablet, like in normal civilized countries, that they just insert the data and print it out from the boot of the car. They have a printer there. So the process is somewhat digitalized, and it's not taking as long as it used to, because before, even last year, they had to write all the fines, like fill in all the info. Sometimes they didn't even have the fines, like the paper for the fine itself, because they had to get a copy for themselves, a copy for the driver. So yeah, now it's just way faster. So look, when there's 4 people walking on the pavement, 2 of them have to go in front because nobody can walk side by side each other. And that's because of the cars. Some drivers usually state that, oh my God, but we've left enough space for you to pass. Yeah, but no. Just look, everyone's arranged in a column, as if they were soldiers. So the police officer has sealed the car, and now this car is going to get towed. So will the other cars if the owners will not be present.
Thank you.
Oh, that was quick. Okay, so the tow car is here. So the tow truck driver has taken the photos of the car to see if it has any scratches, bumps on it. And now he's going to proceed to sign all the papers necessary and recover the car. I highly doubt he's going to manage to do that. It's way too narrow. However, okay, here's in the green zone.
Where's the Parliament parking lot?
Well, there, near the Parliament. Are cars on the pavement getting away?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so the last car is getting towed, and I think that it's about time to record the finale of our video. It's always terrifying for me to witness the maneuvers and the extent the tow truck has to go to just recover a car parked wrongly on the pavement. And in the end, if something happens to the car, the insurance company will obviously have to reimburse the driver. However, it's his fault that he parked this way.
Thank you for your service.
Have a nice day. Good luck.
Goodbye.
Police
Police are leaving, so we're finishing up the raid.
Okay, so the last car is getting towed, and that means we can record our finale.
I have a favor to ask of you, because we don't know what to do anymore. There's a no entry sign on Yon and Nicolas Street. Drivers ignore it, and during rush hour it's simply impossible to leave the court here because it's jammed with cars. My husband wrote to you about this problem.
Please tell your husband to write to me again. As soon as we are free, we will come and see what's going on and decide how we can help solve that problem.
We have children. They can't play because of the transit flow. I wrote to the prefecture and they told me to contact the police. I contacted the police, but they responded rudely and still haven't resolved the issue. And it's been more than 2 years. Unfortunately, we've come to the conclusion that those who are supposed to protect us aren't doing their job.
Ask your husband so that he writes to us, and we will try and help.
Yes, I do. And I'd also like you to do a report on officials who don't do their jobs. Good luck in everything you do.
Thank you. All the best.
So today we cleared the pavement of cars and returned it to pedestrians. Of course, there's every reason to believe that once we leave, drivers will simply return and park on the pavement again, because in Moldova the fine for pavement parking is only around 10 to 15 US. Yes, our lawmakers have made sure that offenders have little reason to fear parking on pavements. And believe it or not, members of the parliament even abolished penalty points for pavement parking offences. Why do you think they did that? Please leave your thoughts in the comments down below. The Moldovan authorities repeatedly and loudly declare their ambition to join the EU. Perhaps your comments will help them understand that parking on pavements does not contribute to the development of urban infrastructure expected of a European capital city. Thank you very much. Well, friends, that's it for today. You've been watching Dani, Sasha, and our cameraman Vova. If you're interested in our civic activism, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and please share the video with your friends as well. We need as many people as possible to leave their opinions in the comments because real change in our country depends on public engagement.
And if you'd like to support the development of our community work, feel free to follow the link in the description, choose a dish to suit your taste, and join us on Patreon.
There, we share exclusive information about our work for various reasons cannot be published on YouTube. And we also communicate within a private community of like-minded people. Thank you for your support, your concern, and your participation. See you in the next episode, and welcome to Moldova.
Welcome to Moldova.